Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov's chess channel and welcome to my series Chess Tactics and Chess Puzzles. So in this series we see all of the possible tactical motifs that can happen in a chess game, and we are continuing with the so-called checkmate patterns. Last time we had this Anastasia's mate, which was very cool I think, and was very effective. Today we'll talk about this so-called Legal's mate. And the Legal's mate is really a good tactical pattern that you should recognize. It happens most often while playing as white against the Philidor defense, but it can also happen in some other openings. And it was played the first time by the player Kermur Sire de Legal, and it was named after him. So this checkmate pattern is this checkmate picture, sort of, in which you deliver checkmate with the two knights and this bishop. So you see it's very effective, and it really looks really cool. And let's see now first the game that was played by Kermor Sire de Legal. I was My father teach me this checkmate pattern, of course, when I started to play chess, and okay, I'm never going to fall for this trick again. But I've played them against some amateurs, and they're still falling for this trick. And I think you should be really familiar with this checkmate pattern. So here e4, e5, knight on f3, d6. Now bishop on c4. We have the Philidor defense. Bishop on g4, and this is now an important moment because your opponent is pinning you, and you have sort of a staticity with your knight. But the main idea here is to create a sacrifice here with the knight on e5, and of course the continuation knight on c3. And now we have the mistake in the game. G6 was played, and here you can play this move, knight on e5. Of course, if you get out with your bishop somewhere, you just lost the pawn. So in the game, Saint-Brie, the opponent of Legal, played bishop on d1, and now we have this Legal's mate. Bishop takes on f7, king on e7, and now knight on d5. Again, this very beautiful checkmate in an early stage of the game. So the more important thing for you, I think, is this position. It's not about deliver checkmate here. It's about gaining some material, and I've talked about this gaining material ideas in this checkmate pattern, because of course, not all of the games will end with checkmates, but with this Legal's mate, you can maybe gain a pawn in an early stage of the game, and you can really continue the game in a completely winning middle game. So here you see we have again this setup by black with this knight and the bishop, and we have already developed three of our pieces. So we have again this Legal's mate set up by our pieces, and in the last move here white played the move h3. The important thing about this move h3 is forced you white to play the move bishop on h5. If you play bishop takes on f3, okay, we can take queen takes on f3, and we are threatening immediately checkmate here on f7. So knight on d4 is so far not possible. In the next move we can maybe try knight on e2 and prevent this knight from jumping here on d4. But okay, if your opponent doesn't take the knight on f3 and plays the move bishop on h5, then you have again this checkmate pattern. Knight takes on e5. It's not about deliver checkmate. As I said here, after knight takes on e5, we can take the bishop. Black can take the bishop on c4, but now we have queen on b5, and here you see we are continuing the game with one pawn up, and this is a completely winning middle game for white. Although still many moves have to be played, but with this pawn up, with this simplified position, with this bishop on knight, with this minor piece and the bishop on the knight on the board, I think it's a completely favorable continuation for white. So let's see now another example. Here it's a game played by Wilhelm Henry Krause Pollock against Edward Hall, and here again we have this checkmate pattern of this Legal's mate, e4, e5, knight on f3, knight on c6, knight on c3, and now bishop on b4. Again, this bishop comes out with sort of an attack, but here white simply continues to build this Legal's mate setup with bishop on c4, and now knight on f6 was played. Here castling d6, and now knight on e5. Here bishop on g4 was played. Again we have this problem. Again we have this bishop, which seems that it's a good move. It's pinning this knight, but you see black hasn't castled so far, so we should consider the option to deliver this Legal's mate. So first black played here the move c3, and this is also an important move because after bishop on c5, you see after a potential bishop on f3, queen on f3, well, black doesn't have the option to play the knight on d4, so here we have also the possibilities to play maybe the move d4. But okay, here d3 was played, and still black doesn't castle. He plays the move knight on e7, and here now Pollock finds this Legal's mate setup, of course, with the move knight on e5 again bishop on d1, and here knight takes on f6 first, g takes f6, and now bishop on f7. Here king on f8 was played, and now bishop on h6. Very cool checkmate here by Pollock. And you see again we had this pattern of this Legal's mate, and as said, you should consider the option to deliver this checkmate when your opponent has pinned you with the move bishop on g4. So sometimes you can deliver this very nice checkmate, but sometimes you see you can maybe grab a pawn or get a huge material advantage in an early stage of the game. So let's see now the last example here. It's a game in the Scandinavian defense. So here the d5 was played, and here black tries sort of a gambit. Here c4 was played, c6, we have d takes c6, knight takes on c6, and now d3, and then we have e5. We are controlling this very important square d4, knight on c3, bishop on c5, and here again we have the spinning idea by white, and now castling played by black, and here knight on e4, and of course now we have this tactical possibility. Knight takes on e4, bishop takes on d8, bishop takes on f2. Here king on e2 was played, and again this Legal's mate, but it's from black's perspective, of course. Here knight on d4, and again this very cool checkmate. Okay, I hope you realize this idea. So when your opponent is pinning you, at least consider the option to try this Legal's mate, win some material, win some pawns, or maybe even checkmate your opponent in this early stage of the game. And here I think it's a really important one, because it happens quite often that your opponent goes simply for the spinning ideas, but doesn't consider this counter-attack possibilities by you, and gets punished for pinning you in the first place. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Meanwhile, you can watch my other checkmate patterns, and you can also watch this previous chess tactics and chess puzzles, in which I show you all of the possible tactical motifs that can happen in the chess game. And you can also watch my basics in chess series, in which I show you opening principles, middle game strategies, and the end game strategies. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Thanks you for watching, guys, and chess is the best, of course.